out there in the streets. God was always with me, I was wildin' with the heat. Take a nigga off his feet. Retired from the field, now I'm hanging up my cleats.
So maybe about four or 5 months ago, I get a phone call about a kid named Bam Bino out of Brooklyn. And they was telling me like, yo, this kid got the city on fire. He's next up. And I just kind of really had no interest in music, period. But I still took a chance to look at his video. And I was like, damn, this boy is on fire. People might say he reminds you of a young version of Biggie. And even though they're like two completely separate artists in their own way, he does have that, you know, beyond him being a big boy, he got that kind of persona that Big had. So it made me say, damn, you know what? This might be kind of interesting. The gang violence in New York is crazy. Since he's actually even been signed, because he got signed to Atlantic Records, one person from his crew has died almost a week. And it's just been a lot of that type of stuff going on. And I felt like he's gonna need a mentor or somebody to help him navigate through this business. And of course, who better than me? So I said, you know what? Let me jump back in and see what I could do to start helping this kid change his life around. Once Bam Bino signed to Atlantic Records, you know, I know a lot of his fans were expecting like a lot of his music and things to just go boom. But with these kids, a lot of times they're grabbing beats off the internet. They don't know where they're getting them from. And you have to be able to have your business tight for the label to be able to push it. So, you know, we couldn't take a lot of his previous music and just throw it to the radio, you know, until we got the business taken care of. By the time we got it taken care of, it was just time for new music. He needed development. He didn't need development as an artist to me because the boy just has natural talent. But I wanted to give him some personal development so that way he could have longevity in his business. A lot of these label execs, they don't care about their artists. A lot of managers don't care about their artists. So when I spoke to him, I said, look, Bam, this is what I want to do. I think you got it musically, but I want to be able to strengthen your mind, strengthen you for the pitfalls in this business so you don't fall victim to a lot of the things that happen to young black kids coming out of the hood. I didn't want Bam Bino to fall into that same trap. So what I wanted to do is give him some personal development, you know, help get his business acumen together, teach him about the business, and help him strengthen, you know, everything across the board as him as a person and human being. And I felt like that was going to reflect in his music. And I think now this boy is untouchable. And the inspiration behind the mixtape was me and Bam was driving to, we was actually driving on our way to the studio. And I was asking, I said, you know, who do you want to be as an artist? Because as of right now, you real goony. Like, you killing everybody in every song. And with that, it's going to bring that same type of energy. And I said, you know, a lot of these records won't get you around the world like that. Come to find out, he actually wants to make different type of music. So I would have never guessed that. I thought he just wanted to shoot up the block and or every song. He's like, nah, I really like writing hooks. I really like doing this. So I said, all right, well, let's do this. Write what you feel. Let's tell your story through your music. And we got one of the lead tracks off the mixtape called Broken Bummy. That's kind of, you know, explaining how his situation was, just living up in Brooklyn, and, you know, how he went from broke to bummy and now he getting money, you know. So that his personal growth and development is being reflected in his songs, because I didn't want to change him as an artist. I didn't want to change nothing about him. I just wanted to expand his horizons, and we did that. And Top Notch is self-explanatory. It's top notch. He's the best, and nobody could fuck with him. One of the things you could expect off this, first I want to say this is my first time executive producing an album. You know, of course, even though we signed to Atlantic, you know, of course, you know, we ain't got no Master P budget when they signed. You know, they don't give deals out like that no more. So we still dealt with a lot of budgetary constraints, but we still put together a masterpiece. And I think I'm kind of glad that we didn't have the crazy budget, because if we did, it wouldn't still have that grit that it needed. And with Top Notch, I think it's going to be, not even I think, it's a project that's phenomenal, because you got music in there that everyone can listen to, everyone can relate to, from heartfelt songs, things that make you dance, things for the girls, something for the girls. He did a dedication at the end for one of his mans that passed away. So rest in peace to Tech. I actually met that brother at Bam Bino's signing party. Very nice kid. And those are the things that just I wanted Bam to get out, man. Get it off your chest and just put it in your music. So when you listen to Top Notch, the entire project takes you through his phases of life, and you won't be disappointed.
I'm throwing biz in the spot. Bam Bino, I'm that's about to pop.